South Korea finds itself on the precipice. President Yoon Suk-yeol, once a rising star, is now battling for his political life. His approval rating has plummeted to a dismal 11%. Tens of thousands are marching in the streets demanding his resignation. And for the second time in his short presidency, Yoon faces the very real threat of impeachment. What could possibly bring a nation to this point? The answer can be summed up in two words: martial law. On December 3rd, Yoon took the extraordinary step of declaring martial law, a move not seen in South Korea for over 40 years. His stated goal? To stop Parliament from voting on the very decree he had just issued. Yoon's gamble backfired spectacularly. Parliament, outraged by this naked power grab, immediately convened and unanimously overturned the decree. Within hours, Yoon's martial law was dead, but the damage was done. Yoon, once viewed as a strongman, now looked weak and desperate. Calls for his impeachment grew louder by the day. To understand the gravity of Yoon's actions, one must grasp the historical weight that martial law carries in South Korea. For decades, it was a tool used by authoritarian regimes to silence dissent and stifle democracy. Yoon's invocation of this dark chapter, even for a mere 6 hours, sent shockwaves through the country. Legally, Yoon's actions have placed him on extremely shaky ground. While the South Korean constitution does grant the president the authority to declare martial law under extraordinary circumstances, Yoon's decision to use it to circumvent parliament is unprecedented. Opponents argue that his actions constitute rebellion, a crime punishable by life in prison or even death. Adding fuel to the fire, Yoon has shown little remorse for his actions. In public statements, he has defended his decision as necessary to combat what he calls anti-state forces within the opposition party. This defiance has only further inflamed tensions and strengthened the resolve of his opponents. The turmoil in South Korean politics is mirrored in the streets. Massive protests, unseen since the pro-democracy movements of the 1980s, have become a daily occurrence. Tens of thousands of Koreans, many of them young people, have taken to the streets demanding Yoon's ouster. Their symbol, the humble K-pop lightstick, now transformed into a beacon of democratic defiance. But it's not just the streets that are divided. The National Assembly, South Korea's parliament, is also deeply polarized. The opposition, emboldened by public anger, is united in its pursuit of impeachment. Yoon's own party, however, remains fractured. While some acknowledge the severity of his actions, others have closed ranks, arguing that removing him from office would throw the country into chaos. This division within the political class reflects a deeper societal rift, one that has been simmering for years. On one side are those who yearn for the stability and economic prosperity of South Korea's authoritarian past. On the other are those who have come of age in a democratic society and are unwilling to tolerate any erosion of their freedoms. As the impeachment vote looms, the world watches with bated breath. The outcome of this political crisis will have profound implications, not just for South Korea, but for the entire region. If Yoon is removed from office, it will be a stunning victory for the forces of democracy, demonstrating the power of popular protest to hold even the most powerful accountable. However, such a victory could come at a cost. Yoon's removal is likely to usher in a period of political instability, potentially weakening South Korea at a time of heightened tensions with North Korea and growing rivalry between the United States and China. The future of South Korea hangs in the balance. The world is watching, waiting to see if this young democracy can weather the storm and emerge stronger on the other side. The answer for now remains elusive. But one thing is certain: the stakes couldn't be higher.